So here to offer more perspective tonight is immigration attorney Deron Smallcomb. He's also the author of the book, Securing America's Future, a Blueprint for 21st Century Immigration Reform. Deron, it's great to see you again. Thank you for being here. So sanctuary city policies, do they hold any real power?
Well, they do, but not the power that they portray as though they're trying to help, right? So a sanctuary city, what a wonderful name. Whoever came up with that idea, a sanctuary, protecting the people that are victims and helpless. But that's not actually what it is. It's not a sanctuary for the citizens and people that are lawfully there. What it actually does in practicality, it doesn't help Abuela, who's been here since the 80s and who's going shopping. Nobody's looking to pick her up. ICE does not have the time to worry about her. But what they do want are the people that are convicted of crimes or arrested for crimes. Those are the ones that they want to be able to put into removal proceedings. And these sanctuary cities, these so-called sanctuary cities, actually make it so they do not turn them over to ICE. They don't share that information. And so lots of times people that are convicted of very serious crimes or arrested for serious crimes walk, and ICE can't get them.
Wow. So when it comes down to it, who's going to win here, the feds or the local sanctuary city laws?
Well, the feds will win in the end, because ultimately, if enough resources are put to go capture the people that have committed crimes in the cities, they will get them, with or without the help of the local jurisdiction.
Have sanctuary cities ever proven to be effective at stopping people from being deported?
Well, that's not true. They have in some ways, because it's harder to get them. If you could get out of the local jail, let's say, after you've been arrested without getting picked up by ICE, you could disappear and ICE will have trouble getting you. There should be a handoff from the local jurisdiction to the feds once you're convicted of a crime, right?
Right.
But this local thing, or this most recent thing in Los Angeles, is really it's more of a virtue signal more than anything, right? It's elevating the idea of appearing to do good through the sanctuary city process and then instead of actually doing good.
You know, the thing that gets me is the sanctuary cities like Chicago and New York City, when the state of Texas was busing migrants up to their cities and dropping them off, right? Initially, everything, I wouldn't say it was okay, but they were taking them in, they were doing what they could. Then the numbers became so overwhelming that they actually instituted plans like, well, if you're dropping people off, the buses have to run between these hours and things like that, right? People come into this country, they don't follow hours and times of day. So it just, there's such a disconnect there. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Even Mayor Adams in New York City recently called it out too. It said it's breaking us. We can't take any more.
But here in Texas, it's been happening for decades.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah, being on the border, we take so many, but we have stronger laws here. And so lots of people don't want to remain in Texas, even though many do, because if you are picked up for a crime here, then you're going to go to jail and you are going to be turned over to ICE.
Right. I want to take a look at these numbers, because during Trump's first term, he deported 1.5 million immigrants, okay? And according to the Migration Policy Institute, Biden is actually on pace to match that. But Trump also implemented policies like Remain in Mexico, which one could argue helped deter people from coming over. So, if voters say overwhelmingly, you guys voted, and if people voted and said, we want immigration reform, we need to do something about immigration in this country, how do you do that without making people mad?
Well, that's hard to do,
right?
And I think it's also not comparing apples to apples. 1.5 million were deported under Trump, but how many came? Right? Was it 3, 4, 5 million?
That's fair.
Okay, now 1.5 have been deported out of maybe 20 million. Within the Biden administration, it's a completely different landscape. Completely different landscape in the courts, too.
Yeah. Real quick, you're an immigration attorney. What are you advising your clients to do right now? Are people coming to you saying, hey, what's going to happen here?
Well, I try to take clients that are being proactive with their future instead of reactive more than anything, right? So I'm obviously very pro-immigration. I want America to attract the best and the brightest from around the world here. That's not what we're doing. In fact, right now we're doing the exact opposite of that. And so we do have people come to us that may have gotten in trouble, or are worried that the law is going to change. And those aren't really the ones that I like to focus on necessarily. I do want people to take control over their future. I do want people to take legal pathways through this. There are legal pathways for asylum seekers, for people that have family here, for businesses, and for everything else.
Right.
And so it's the people that are coming across the border that are making it impossible for the people that are trying to do it right. And it's really disheartening, and it's really frustrating for those that are abiding by the law.
Deron Smallcomb, great to see you.
Likewise, Chris.
Thank you again for being here tonight. We do appreciate it.